Okay, yeah, that might be over. It's 90, 60.
All right, we here? Are we here? Yeah, we are live. What is good, pack members? It's your boy. Your alpha is here. How's everybody doing? Um, I hope everybody is well, and hope everybody is. Oh, come over here. Hope everybody's well and staying positive and trying to stay positive and trying to find some light at the end of the tunnel in this craziness that we are going through. And if you're coming here to get that kind of positivity or that kind of uh, then thank you. Uh, it has been one crazy ride once again. We have lost some more legends in the music industry. I'm not. Fuck you, 2020. I'm sorry. Um, but throughout this, I have continued to try to entertain you guys as best I can. Try to give you guys content. As you all know, October is around. Halloween is happening. Um, there have been some things that happened to me um, that have been very memorable and also very sad for me. For example, last week, which was around not last, yeah, last week, October 5th to be exact, um, was the 25th anniversary of Malcolm and I's mother's death. So that was a very touching day. It was a birthday. My grandfather's birthday was also, so that was very emotional for me. I don't have any of my grandparents. My grandfather, Lee, would have been 101 if he had lived. If he had still been living, he is a World War II vet, won the Medal of Honor and everything. And you know how I learned about that stuff, guys? Through his obituary. That's sad. Um, and the reason why I've done this and I've told my dad and I even told Malcolm is a lot of stuff I never asked my grandfather about because I didn't want to bring up bad memories he probably had. And reading his obituary, Jesus Christ, there's some things in there I just like, and he witnessed that stuff. But besides that, guys, I've been just trying to stay positive. Just recently today, this week, I got a new Kickstarter reward. Oh shit, this thing is heavy. Um, it is Michael Turner's creations. This is a collection of his creations. The great Michael Turner, great artist, comic book artist. I was a big fan of his, and it's got some of his works. It's got Fathom, Soulfire, and Akos in there. You can see is like that's just the. This is just like the protective sleeve. Here's the book. That shit is big. Like it's thick. It's thick. But I had to support this because, like I said before, guys, I'm a huge Michael Turner fan, and had to support it. Uh, like I said, Michael Turner, he lost his battle to, I believe it was cancer that he lost it to. I can't remember what it was, but he was young, and so I had to get that. You know what else I've been doing, guys? I've been catching up with cosplayers that I have interviewed. If you watch my convention videos, I've been keeping in contact with some of those cosplayers, like people from MegaCon, a lot of people from New York Comic Con, just asking them how they're doing, things like that, and how they're getting through it. And a lot of them are saying, "Yeah, I'm busy creating a new cosplay and stuff like that." I find that really cool. My Raiders won today as well. Uh, yeah, my Oakland Raiders. I won't call them by. I'm still not gonna be calling them. Now they beat their rivals, the Chiefs. Put that one loss on their record. Now it was a tough game. 40-32. Good game. What else is happening? There's a lot that's coming out in terms of in terms of the geek community. I put up some videos about it, like with Spider-Man. I still need to put up my video of the casting for Kamala Khan. You know, she was casted, so we got Kamala. There's HBO Max is doing a Green Lantern show, you know, and it's gonna be brought into. It's gonna not have Hal Jordan, John Stewart, or my man Kyle Rayner. It's going with the first Green Lantern, Alan Scott. Always much love for Alan Scott. Guy Gardner, I can give two craps about him. Jessica Cruz and Simon Boz. That's the show is going to be focused on that. From what I read, it's going to be 10 episodes so far. So yeah, couple of horror movies I gotta watch. Tales from the Hood 3 just came out, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. I didn't watch the second one. I just watched that through the YouTube channel Dead Meat, which I'm a big fan of. Me and Malcolm are big fans of that. And we just watched him do his kill count on it. And by watching that, it was like, as much as I love Keith David, it was like he could not save that movie from just the sheer amount of, yeah. But hopefully the third one is good because it's got the homie Tony Todd in it. And I'm just seeing a bunch of freaking questions just dropping. That's good, my pack. I wonder what pack members are here. Once again, I want to give a shout out. Thank you to all you guys out there that participated in the 30-day superhero challenge I did last month. I put I put a category up every day. I did say I'm going to do 6 more. Those are just extras, but I'm doing on my time. So there you go. And there's one other thing I wanted to talk about before I get to your questions. What was the other one I wanted to talk about? There was something else. Oh, I will be putting up my review of the first episode of Yashimi, Demon Princess, the prequel, the sequel to Inuyasha. I know the second episode dropped today, so I still haven't watched it yet. So look out for that and things like that. So yeah, still trying to stay positive with things I love. My hobbies are the one thing that has keeping me from kind of like, oh, we're quarantined, like we're gonna die, you know, me flipping out or something like that. Nah. So let's check out who's here. Okay, so we got Matthew Mann saying, "What's cracking? What's cracking? What is cracking? Not much. I finished eating. I'm good. I'm excited to answer you guys' questions. You hit me with your best shot because it's time." Sorry, I had to do that. Sorry. We have True Blue Aussie, another one of the Aussie Pack members that has been flying and running with us. I've always found it cool that I got a lot when I look at my demographic in terms of the people who subscribe to me, who joined the pack. I notice I have a lot of, besides here in the States, I have a lot of subscribers from Australia or England, and I appreciate that. You know, I guess this dude from New York is doing something and entertaining you cats from down under and you cats from across the pond. Great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Who else is here? Well, we have Kuma, we have Caroline, Travis, and who else? What other pack member is here? And that is about it so far. All right. I need me water. And let me get my water and I'll start answering these questions. Ooh, okay. Gotta make sure the mouth is wet. Pause on that one. Yeah, parched, right? I should have said that. Okay. Everybody's asking how am I doing? I'm good. It's been a tough year. Yeah, it's been tough. But you gotta stay positive. You gotta find something to keep you going. Yuppers, tough months, weeks, days, hours, minutes, and seconds. Staying safe. Stay safe. What should Wonder Man be in the MCU? Look, I'll keep it real. I want every Marvel character in the MCU, some way, same shape, or form. It's just a matter of how you bring them in. Wonder Man, I know they were supposed to bring him in. And if I'm not mistaken, who voiced who man, what's the show? The Rookie. Who's in that? Who's that? The actor Nathan Fillion was supposed to be Wonder Man, like on a. Because remember, Wonder Man is a movie. He was like a stunt man and stuff like that. Later on, so I think they were going to go that route. But I do want Simon Williams in the MCU. I love to see him how they pull that off. Will they go with the Flesh with the ionic powers, or will they go with his or later on where he was just a being of ionic energy, like kind of like what you saw in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, things like that. Yes, sir. It is super horrified timeline. Okay. Did you watch the 2 episodes of Princess Half Demon? I only watched the first episode. I will be putting up a review of that. I haven't watched the second one. The first episode basically is just a recap, especially if you haven't watched Inuyasha in a long time. It gets you up to speed, like what happened after they defeat Naraku and everything like that, and you got to see that Kagome is now the priestess in training. She because if you watch the ending of Inuyasha, Kagome went to live with Inuyasha in the past, and she didn't stay in the present. She went back there to be with him, and be the priestess in training. We also get to see Moroku and Sango's kids. They had 3 children, two daughters and a little son. I think they were twins. Pretty good. And pretty much the episode, focused more on the past, just catching up on them, which is fine. So I enjoyed it, but I'll give my full review on that later. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I mean, the next episode is really to see how Tawa and Setsuna, how they got separated, things like that, because they are the children of Shisomaru, but they don't explain who the mother. And I swear to, I'm telling you right now, man, Shisomaru better not have slept with the little girl that used to run with him, because that. Oh Jesus. Let's see. Anyway, moving on. Hey Chris. Hey Caroline. Why is MODOK treated as a joke in certain medias? I mean, he's a guy. He's a big-headed man with a float. Like, you look at that and you're like, my God, that's a big head. So yeah, of course there's gonna be certain mediums that's gonna make him a joke, but then there's times, yeah, if you play him right, yeah, he can be a very dangerous person. I mean, his name, even the MODOK, that means mobile operating death or something, killing or something. It's crazy. I forgot what the initials mean. So when he was when he's the main villain in the Avengers game, I was like, okay, that's cool. Nothing against it. Hey Chris, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I can't say, oh, that's fine. I only have a handful of questions, so I actually probably won't be. That's fine, guys. Like, don't worry about it. Have you ever went to any convention in Chicago, LA, Miami, Houston, New Orleans, or any other places? Um, I want to go. Hopefully, when all this craziness is over, Matthew, I the convention in Chicago, the C2E2, that is on my bucket list to get to. I definitely want to go there. Um, what else? What else? Convention. Uh, San Diego Comic Con is definitely on my bucket list. Um, LA, outside of E3, because I definitely want to go to E3 one day. Miami, what's in Miami? What convention is in Miami? The only convention I went to in Florida was MegaCon. I was able to check that off my bucket list. Um, Houston, isn't that a Comic Palooza out there? I would definitely want to go there. And New Orleans, I just want to go to New Orleans, period. Not just for a convention, just to go there. That's fine, just do that. I definitely want to go to New Orleans, just in general, not even just for a convention, just to go to that city. Because I hear everybody talks about it, it's like it's just a fun, loving city. You know, it's like everybody. Yeah. So yeah. Um, Next question. Michael asked me, "How do you feel about? How would you feel about Spider-Man in San Juan, Puerto Rico? A Puerto Rican Spider-Man? Is that what you mean? I fine. I wouldn't mind. Uh, we kind of got that with Miles because he is half Puerto Rican. They keep twisting it because a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, he's half Dominican," but or they'll say he's half Puerto Rican. Rio Morales, if I'm not mistaken, is Puerto Rican. So, but I think they keep changing her ethnicity, which is weird. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. Do you enjoy horror, thrillers, suspense, or mystery more? I do like horror, uh, but it's got to be good horror. Like I'm more fans of classic horror where it was more about the monster leading up to what that monster looked like, but also giving you the chills as well. Um, and I was talking with another buddy about this earlier, not too long ago, this week about, I like classic horror. A lot of horror from like later on just took me out of it because it was just a gore fest at times. Like I don't mind blood, but if it's just gore porn, then I'm not liking it. Movies like Wreck, enjoyed. Um, a lot of horror that makes you think is good. I love thrillers. I love suspense movies, and I love mystery movies too. I'm a big fan of mysteries like the Who Done It's and things like that. I but if I was to pick what I love more, I will love a good thriller. Have you ever heard of the novel Dune? Yes, I have. Seen the movie from the 80s. I know what. Oh, watching that. I know that the remake is coming out. I've only read a little bit of the book. I never read the full book. And that was way back when I was in like junior high. Travis, have you read Astro City? I read one volume. Uh, do you think Staten Island should get as much or more attention as other boroughs of New York City? It kind of does, thanks to Wu-Tang. So it does get it gets a lot more than it does. Um, you know, because of Wu-Tang. Once Wu-Tang came on, they repped and they weren't calling. Yeah, they it got a lot of buzz. Shaolin. We New Yorkers don't call Staten Island Staten Island. We call it Shaolin because of them. We call it because of them. Um, there've been a couple of movies that were taking place in Shaolin, like um that I can think of right now. Well, that latest comedy movie, The King of Shaolin, and of course the what's the name of the movie? The Purge. Yeah, the first Purge took place on Shaolin. So yeah, it gets. Yeah, you got the first the Purge, the last movie that's called The Purge, which is supposed to be the first Purge. But yeah, that took place on Shaolin, so it does get a lot of praise. Then if you're looking at it from that point, it does. My birthday is this Friday. The 16th. Oh, well, okay. Happy birthday! Happy early birthday! I can just do that. Do you like any Image, Dark Horse, IDW, Mirage, and vintage comic characters? Of course, I do. Um, well, this is Aspen Comics right here. I'm a big fan of Fathom, so that's great. Um, Image, Image / Top Cow, Witchblade, Haunt, Astonishing Wolfman, Invincible, which he's got a cartoon coming on soon. Spawn, got to throw a bit of Darkness. Um, Hellboy, that's Dark Horse. IDW right now, all the Turtles, Mirage Turtles, things like that. So yeah, of course. Craft was a good movie. Craft was. Are we talking about that new one? Or are we talking about the old one? I love the Craft. It's so sad to see that the actress who was in it, who played the main antagonist, haven't seen her in a while. So it's like, could you imagine? She had such a career. She could have such a bigger career. Like, could you imagine seeing her as I've seen a lot of people make like memes of her as Harley and stuff like that. It's like, I forget her name now.
Last name was Bulk.
What was that?
Last name was Bulk.
Yeah, Bulk. Yeah. What would Wonder Woman think of Storm? Respect, because they have respect, because when they did meet before, they called each other sister. They didn't want to fight, but it is what it is. And Storm beat Wonder Woman. I shocked her to death. Well, shocked her.
Yeah,
Well, not to death, but shocked her. Heard that New York City no longer has a big Puerto Rican and this Dominican population as they once did. Is that true that many are moving to Orlando, Florida? Um, I don't know about that, because Washington Heights still seems to be, and Spanish Harlem seems
and
to,
the Bronx.
and the Bronx. Like I know, I don't know where you heard that from, dude. Like, that's who told you that? Washington Heights, Spanish Harlem, the Bronx, huge population, still a huge population. Even I'll even say here in Mount Vernon is a big population of of like Spanish. So Puerto Rican, Dominican, yeah. I don't know where you heard that from. uh Caroline, what other Marvel character do you do you see Diana getting along with or not getting along with? Well, she likes Spider-Man because they met before. Um, I can see her getting along with Thor, She-Hulk, Cap. Cap, I can see her getting really admiring Cap because Cap would remind her of probably Superman. Um, I think she would lighten up to Wolverine for a while, but she would understand his pain because Wonder Woman is all about love, like love and things like that, and you know, um, I think she would see where Magneto's coming from, but she would be against that completely. Uh, Same thing with Doctor Doom. I know she definitely would get along pretty well with T'Challa. The Wakandans, Captain Marvel. She would get along with. Um, there's so many characters I could see her getting along with. Gamora would be great. I think she would be pretty good. Let's see. I've been watching a lot of animated X-Men on Disney Plus. I love Rogue so much. Yeah, the animated Rogue uh, pretty much is basically the run of Jim Lee, that Jim Lee run, where Rogue was, you really got to see Rogue be really come out of her shell. Rogue when she first came into the comics, she was kind of a villain. She was basically a villain. She was being, she first appeared in Avengers Annual number 10. She pretty much took down the entire Avengers team. Thanks because of who? Her adopted mother. Until later on she got away from her. When the 90s animated cartoon came out, that really gave those characters a voice that meant a lot. There's a lot of people now when you see Rogue, they're thinking that Mississippi accent. You want to hear that sugar. It's like almost like that's like her calling one of her calling quotes, like sugar. You want to hear somebody, relax, sugar, it's things like that. She what I loved about what I love about Rogue, because Rogue is one of she's my favorite female in comics. Because I felt her pain. I felt that. Like I really felt that. Here's a woman who has an ability that isn't really necessarily a benefit to mankind. It's almost like she looked at as a curse in a sense. She can absorb your energy, your life force, if you're human. But if you are a metahuman or a mutant, she also takes your powers. The longer she holds on, the longer she hold that power. The longer she hold on, she can kill you. So how would you feel if you could never touch anybody again? How would you feel about that? How would you feel if you touch somebody and you could put that person in a coma? She did. Her first boyfriend, Cody, she put that boy in a coma for 3 years. Like, could you imagine that? But also throughout the cartoon, we saw Caroline that even though she felt that way, she tried to keep a positive attitude. She felt Professor Xavier's message and things like that, and wanted to help, and still had that attitude, that sugar and things like that. And yeah, I mean, if I was Gambit, I'd probably be hitting on Rogue too. Like, Jesus Christ, like now they're married and everything like that. It's crazy. Um, she she was great. The X-Men Evolution version of Rogue was, they kind of went more goth like with her, which was fine. It was okay. And then Wolverine and the X-Men, they kind of took more of the Anna Paquin route, where she really just felt like depressed. And like if Wolverine wasn't around, depressed. And so she went to go work for Domino and all, which was weird. But I still like that show too. So yeah, Rogue is great. Um, what do you think makes the creature from John Carpenter's The Thing so scary in your opinion? It could be anybody or anything, anything. You know, that's scary. And the fact that the only thing that could really harm it really is fire. You got fire always around. Maybe if you're a smoker, but Matthew, have you ever went to Buffalo, Yonkers, Mount Vernon, or Rochester? Um, Yonkers is right next to me. I live in Mount Vernon, so Yonkers is close to me. I used to live in Yonkers a long time ago. Rochester, I've never been to Rochester. Um, I've been close to Buffalo. Like I was the closest I've been to Buffalo is Lake George up there in the Adirondack Mountains. Um, Lake George is a really nice place to visit. It's a tourist area, very small to the point where a lot of that town's income comes from tourism. So they have like a festival when in the winter when Lake George freezes over. They have this festival right on the lake. I no nothing from me. It's like a carnival and everything. Like that lake freezes so that you can put stuff on top of it. Malcolm has been to Syracuse and stuff like that. Yeah, it says Syracuse.
I know I haven't been to Syracuse.
No,
I've been to Albany.
Albany, excuse me. Yeah, Albany. Malcolm went to the Albany, which is the capital of New York. Um, so yeah, we've been further up north New York. I've been, but yeah, I've been to most Rochester. I've never been to, and Buffalo. I've never been to. But I hear Buffalo is a nice city. I just wouldn't want to go in the winter time. Uh, so no, but yeah, I live in Mount Vernon, like New York. Yeah, not VA, not Washington or Illinois, or no, because a lot of people seem to get when they see my name, they think I live in those Mount Vernons. People forget. People seem to don't think about money earning Mount Vernon. That's the nickname of where I am, which has there's been a lot of entertainers in Hollywood and in music, just actors in general that are from where I live. Denzel Washington, Dick Clark, Heavy D, Al B. Shore. Uh, there's a bunch of entertainers from there. Caroline, if you ask me, I think Mystique's arc in the Fox movies should be Rogue's arc in the MCU. You know, I kind of that's interesting. You kind of look at it like that in a sense, right? Because Mystique, yeah, had kind of like a that. First of all, the fact that they did that with Mystique in those latter movies just was ridiculous. I'm like, you're making her an anti-hero or a hero that goes from to a hero. You know, it's like no, she's a villain. She ain't no hero. She don't give a shit about anybody, like except for her lover Destiny. Outside of that, she don't care about her kids. She don't care about Nightcrawler. She don't care about Rogue. She don't care about any of her kids. Great and Creed, she don't care about any of them. Kenny Omega should stay in New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's up to him. You know, I mean, was he popular over there? Yes, he was. Did he do a lot over there? Yes, he did. Um, did he make a name for himself? Oh, yeah. Hell the fuck he did. But sometimes you want to change, and you know, when AEW came around, you know, hey, and he's also got he's got a lot of stock in it too. So he's in AEW right now. He's You can see the seeds being planted. Like either it's gonna be a heel turn for him, but he's doing fine. It is what it is. Was he gonna go to WWE? I don't know. But that's the case. Sometimes you got to risk it, and he did what he needed to do in New Japan. Try something new. That's the same thing how Shinsuke looks at it. I think he could be doing more here in the WWE, but he is. Matthew, again, what's your opinion about more non-heterosexual characters getting getting representation throughout various forms or formations? I have no problem with that at all. Like, I'm not a homophobe or anything like that. I got no issue at all with that. Now, if it's told the right way, tell it. Don't do it just to make a statement or so. You know what I'm saying? Just if it's natural, it feels natural, great. If it's not, don't do it. Like, you just to set a quota. Because even the LGBT community is starting to see through a lot of these things too. It's like you're just doing it to have us included in everything. And in some ways that they're right, but also it's like you can see also some of the stuff is just being just thrown out there just to be thrown out there. Kuma, Solid Snake versus Roberta from Black Lagoon. Oh shit. That's a tough fight right there. Snake is gonna be in a fight for his life. Roberta's no joke. That chick's crazy. That chick is crazy from Black Lagoon. The shit she's done, Jesus Christ. I want to say Snake would win, edge out the victory because of experience, more experience than her, but he's gonna be beat the fuck up, probably with broken bones and everything. Marion, have you read Batman Joker War? I ain't really caring about that too much. I'm reading it because it is, but this whole 3 Joker nonsense is not. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all. What would Wonder Woman think of the Sailor Scouts and vice versa? I think she would think they're great. Especially Sailor Jupiter, my girl. That's my girl. Sailor Jupiter. I like Makoto. That's my girl right there. That's my favorite. AJ Dams, what's up, Chris? I haven't been on here in a while. What up? Mike Knight Hero. First of all, shouts out to the name because it sounds like you're about to call yourself Michael Knight from Knight Rider. Are you a fellow child of the 80s? Please, because respect. Ready for Conan the Barbarian series coming to Netflix? You know me, I'm a huge Conan fan, so they do it right. I'm all for it. I know there is a Conan net series coming on Netflix. Yeah, I'm all for it. Travis, have you watched Bronx versus Vampires? No, I have not watched that yet. I'll probably watch it when I feel like it. It's not like I don't want to watch it, but the trailer, it interests me, but then it kind of looks a little hokey at times. Because it's like, what the fuck these vampires like? What like? It just feels kind of weird to me a little bit. AJ, no, wrong. Skipped it. Damn, I skipped some. Sorry. Kuma, what would Lex Luthor think of David Xanatos? There you go. Just shook my head. See, yeah, that's what I said. Shake my head. Like,
there'll probably be a lot of false compliments.
Right, that's false compliments. Is there a good Jamaican, Bohemian, and Haitian demographic in Manhattan. Yeah, Matthew, like, what's with all the like questions about like demographics and stuff like that? Are you thinking about moving to New York or something? Because there's a huge population of West Indians all in New York. Like that's just a thing. Period. You name you probably there's a huge population. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm wondering about your questions. Like, what's going on? Like, what are you trying to? Are you thinking about moving here or something? Um, Marion, did you see the teaser for the next God of War game? Yes. Ragnarok? Yes, saw that. Rewatched the X-Men movies. In my opinion, I don't think the first movie is all that good. Two, I think, is better. I will agree. I will agree with that.
I watched
I
the whole first movie.
Right? Yeah, I would agree. The first movie to me tended to try to get non people who never watched or never read a comic of X-Men into it. You know, I mean, for me, Wolverine's introduction could have been way better. That was really when Hugh Jackman was, as I like to call, a hatchling. You know, you could clearly hear his Australian accent breaking through. You know, he's supposed to be, Halle Berry trying to pull off some sort of, yes, trying to, yeah, Halle trying to pull off some African accent, and then sometimes it didn't even sound like she was doing an African accent. It sounded more West Indian. So, and then she drops it. Um, you know, it just felt kind of like they were trying too hard. And that second one comes out, and you could clearly see Hugh Jackman really started to find his feet in that character. And I didn't care for Stryker. I was like, they brought a character from a novel into. I'm like, Jesus. And probably what pissed me off about the second one, I had my nitpicks with the second one. One, I didn't like the fact that Yoriko, aka Deathstrike, was just a slave. Like she didn't even know where she was. She was being used. Cause there was a scene where she's like, wait, where am I? And then they did something and she just like went back into a trance. I didn't like the fact that Kelly Hu did not have any speaking role. No, she did. She said one thing, like, "What are you doing here?" And I think that was it. I was like, "What the hell?" Like, no kind of connection really with Wolverine, which kind of pissed me off. What else? Uh, that is a nitpick. Oh, the whole factor that basically in that it implied that Wolverine volunteered for the Weapon X. I'm like, wait, what? And then because of that, they had to do it in Wolverine in the comedy, Wolverine Origins. Just was bullshit. To me, also they rushed Dark Phoenix. They rushed that real quick. Once again, and they have never done the Phoenix right in any of these movies yet. None. And that's why when they come to the MCU, stay away from the Phoenix right now. Keep that far away because until you do it right, don't do it. I love seeing Colossus, and then he was gone. You know, he comes in, he helps out, and then I can help you. I'm like, once he talked, I'm like, motherfucker's not even Russian. He doesn't even have a Russian accent. The fuck? Like, there's a lot of nitpicking. I love 2 was better, but I still had a lot of nitpicks with it. And this whole concept with I didn't mind that, Mystique found some kind of attraction with Wolverine, but the fact that she was kind of getting off because Wolverine hurt her, was just like, oh,
Some S&M.
yeah, right. That's some S&M shit right there. But it is much better. Travis, did you see UFC Joshua versus Buckley KO? No,
I just say
that's what Malcolm was. I didn't see it.
I'll show you right now.
Malcolm gonna show it to me right now. I didn't see it. The last UFC I've watched was what's his name beating what's his name?
Basically, the style bender's victory.
Style Bender. Yeah, it was great. You know, talking that shit, got beat, and I missed the preacher's daughter, but she won.
Holly Holm.
Holly, yeah, I missed Holly Holmes' fight last week, but I like Holly Holmes, and I was glad to see that she won. Let me see this. Here we go.
That was RVD run. That's all that reminds me of was RVD's talent. As I finally see it knocked somebody out.
Jump spinning back kick. And he's up already. It's good to see that Kasanganai is already responsive. That was about as clean of a spinning back kick.
Spinning back kick. Damn.
If Kasanganai catches this kick, let's take a look. Boom. Perfect. Catches the kick. The problem with that is, you gotta be kidding me. Beautiful. That's a taekwondo
he was,
move all day. Yes.
yeah, that was a taekwondo move. That's why I'm like, that's taekwondo right there. He was, you could see it in his face. He was like,
let's take a look at real time here.
he looked like a.
He tried to stay up.
Yeah, he tried to stay up a little bit.
That was
Jesus.
That was RVD like.
That's crazy.
A spinning back kick to the mush.
Did Joshua? Okay. Is the Century too powerful for the MCU? I don't understand all these videos where these people are doing that. Like this character is too powerful for the MCU. You had Thanos with the freaking Infinity Gauntlet. We're going to see the Celestials. What the hell? Like, that's stupid. No, he's not. What would it be like if mutants were in the DC universe? Well, they kind of are. They're called metahumans. If you're born with abilities, you're a metahuman. There you go.
It's been a long time since I left.
They just don't play it the way off like that. Between Star Trek, Stargate, Star Wars, Firefly, Century, Farscape, Babylon 5, The 100, The Aliens. What is your favorite sci-fi genre, film, or TV show or web series? I'm a big fan of Star Trek. I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I do like Firefly. But if I'm going anything, where is the Outlaw Star? There you go. Where's Outlaw Star? That's sci-fi. Give me that. Have you ever been to San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, or Honolulu? I've been to San Francisco when I was a kid. I've been to San Francisco when I was a kid because I used to live in California. So definitely was that. Never been to Seattle. I definitely want to go to Emerald City Con. That's in Seattle. Portland. I'd love to go to Portland because I have a good friend that lives out in Oregon. And Hawaii is just, I think everybody wants to go to Hawaii someday. AJ, who would you say is Batman's second most popular villain? Second most popular villain?
It's the little thing.
I say Penguin. Penguin, maybe. Or Rayshard Gould, maybe. Um, uh, wasn't DMX from Mount Vernon originally before moving to Yonkers? No,
No.
he's from Yonkers.
Yeah, DMX is from Yonkers.
He's from Yonkers, like Mary J. Blige. Not from Mount Vernon. He has family that lives in Mount Vernon, but he's from Yonkers. Mary J. Blige is from Yonkers.
Heavy D.
Heavy D is from Mount Vernon. The Locks are from Mount Vernon, from Yonkers. Heavy D is actually getting something constructed for him in honor of him, so it's really cool. Here, so it's really cool. It's gonna be.
Hey, don't forget about Pete Rock.
Pete Rock, yeah, that's his cousin. So yeah, and CL Smooth is from Mount Vernon. They're from Mount Vernon. But no, DMX is from YO.
That's my man.
Yeah, that's YO. That's for Yonkers. Which is funny because for all those who don't know, Mount Vernon and Yonkers back in the day, this is a little history lesson, were up to be another borough of New York City. They were going to be the sixth and seventh borough of New York. So when you would say New York City, there would have been 7 boroughs, but they chose not to.
Hey, guess what else I found out? Cross County Shopping Mall, I believe, was the first ever mall in Westchester County.
That's true. Kumar, if Batman was in the Marvel universe, would he join the Illuminati? No.
Oh my God.
No, hell no.
Oh, my first chase.
I guess they are canceling the Buffy the Vampire reboot or remake. I ain't hear anything of that. So yeah. What's that noise? That's Malcolm. He's playing PlayStation.
I can't even see if there's any traps down here.
Matthew, what was your favorite Wu-Tang Clan member and why? My favorite Wu-Tang Clan member is Meth. Meth, and I do like Inspector Deck as well, but Method Man is my favorite. I always love Meth and ODB. I've always loved ODB as well. Rest in peace, ODB. But Method Man is always I always felt Meth. Reason why I think for me, listening to all the other members, Inspector Deck, Rock, Raekwon, You Got, all of them, I felt like,
Ghostface?
Yeah, Ghostface, that's Tony Stark. Reason why I felt like Meth flowed a lot better than them. Like when you hear him spit and you hear him hit he flowed it better. It came off quicker. It was almost like Meth could just smoothly take any topic and hit you with it. So yeah, Meth, and when he got together with Redman, it was great. It was magic. So yeah, Meth.
Yeah, that's the interesting with Meth. He got the stem with the Wu-Tang. He's got himself, and then he's also known for being with Redman.
Yeah.
So he had 3 things going for him.
And he's a big geek, guys. Like this dude is as big a comic fan as any of us. Like this guy. Well, you find it like a lot of hip hop people are comic fans. I mean, their names mean, like you hear Tony, like Ghostface. He also calls himself Tony Stark. Where do you think he got that from? A legend. I met Harold DMC. He's a huge comic fan. He actually makes his own comics. Great. It was great to meet him. I got to meet one of my favorites. Yeah, and he knew it. Once he asked me, I met him last year at New York Comic Con, and no, I didn't meet him last year. I met him 2018. So 2 years ago, I met him, and I was like, I grew up with you guys. Like I grew up with you and Run DMC. I was the guy that wanted to, rock the Pumas. The Pumas, the the track suits, all that was me. I was a kid, and then he basically asked me like, "Yo, so where you from?" I was like, "Mount Vernon." And he's like, "Oh, I know Mount Vernon." And he just like a lot of hip hops, they know Mount Vernon. They know it. They just because we don't hear it a lot, don't mean they like catch like Nas. He talks about it all the time. Like,
and of course, Diddy.
Yeah. He don't even want to admit he's from. Yeah. All right, and moving on. Okay, Marion. Marion, who is the most painful looking? What is the most painful pile driver you've seen someone get in wrestling? When Stone Cold got it.
Gotta be Austin.
When Stone Cold got it, like he could have.
That's not stupid.
He could have died. He could have been. He could have been the next Christopher Reeves. Rest in peace, Christopher Reeves. You know, he was too low. You know, and when Owen dropped him, rest in peace, Owen.
I'll tell you an underrated one, and the person didn't get hurt. One of the tombstones that one out of the 3 tombstones Undertaker gave Kane in their first match.
Oh yeah,
There's one where you see Kane's neck just back.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
So yeah, pile drive is no joke. I can see why it's kind of banned, especially in WWE. It's not banned in other promotions, but in WWE, they kind of, the only person that can get away with doing it now is Undertaker. But yeah.
First game back for the win.
Captain America versus Yujiro Hanma. Really? Like, it'd be a fight, but Yujiro probably would win. So, Dante versus Hiei, who would win in the fight, or do you see Dante cracking jokes? Cracking jokes, but also first of all, Dante just doesn't crack jokes all the time. Like you ever notice he'll crack the jokes?
There's a trap there.
He'll crack the jokes.
Yo, get the fuck out.
He'll crack the jokes when he kind of knows like he's better than this person. But when he needs to get serious, and when he lets out his full demonic powers, yeah, I would hate to see Dante serious all the time because he'd be a threat. He is a threat already, but I think personally, Dante has a lot more style than Hiei. Hiei's great, but if Yusuke can beat Hiei, what do you think Dante can do?
That's what I'm saying. Anytime when it's like, oh, this person against Nemesis, I'm like, but this person's highly skilled, right? Yes, they are. Well, if Jill found a way to get past Nemesis, I believe that this person could too.
Yeah, so you gotta look at it from that. And if Dante can block and avoid the Black Dragon wave, outside that's it. Let's see. What?
Didn't he become part of the good side?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say good side, but he's he's kind of like Vegeta in a sense. What do you think about American popular politics and government these days, like Kanye West and Joe Biden?
Wait a minute.
What? Wait
a minute. What is the subject?
I don't. American popular.
We said Kanye.
Kanye.
I thought name like you mean like celebrity.
Yeah, celebrity. I don't give a
Joe Biden's been in politics for like 47 years.
Joe Biden's exactly. He was vice president. So with that, I'll just say that he's been vice president. So he's got the experience. Kanye West, what the hell?
I don't hear anything after his whole thing about Harriet Tubman.
I don't give 2 craps about Kanye West. The more he says something stupid, the more you're damn right. The more he says something stupid, the more I just pity the dude. Like, get this guy some help. Like I've said it before, he hasn't been right since he lost his mother. And you know what the scary part about it is that could have been me. That's exactly how I feel. Like that could have been me, and I pity him, but I also feel sorry for him. It's like get this guy some help.
It don't look like the Kardashians doing it.
Damn right. Hey Chris, what's up, Juan? Hayabusa broke his neck hard.
You saw that knockout, Javon?
Hard to watch. Oh, okay. Marion, what do you think made Batman Nightfall such an impactful story in your opinion? The
RVD.
the broke of the bat, like to see Batman's never been in that kind of pain or structure before Nightfall. Nobody's ever taken it to Batman, hurt Batman that much until the broken of the bat.
Oh yeah, speak also. Like heart goes out for Dak Prescott, man.
Oh, that yeah. So Matthew, just curious because I want to see if the statistics were mostly on the right spot, not against any nationality. Okay.
I saw that emotion. He knows.
Skyhem, what do you think of the possibility of Toby and Andrew Garfield in Spider-Man 3? If the fact that Doctor Strange is going to be in it, it's even more that they're doing their own. They're doing their own kind of Spider-Verse, and I would not be mad to see Toby and Andrew Garfield come back as Spider-Man from different worlds. You already know that. We already know that Jamie Foxx is back, going to be back as Electro. So a lot of people are saying that this probably is happening because of Wanda.
Even though I will say
because
Giants still should have.
Who knows? Just saying. Whose healing factor do you think is?
They had a thing. I think that was it's a consecutive games. Matt Ryan didn't have a touchdown.
Whose healing factor do you think is superior? Wolverine's, Hulk's, or Deadpool? That's hard because they're all their. Well, first of all, I kind of throw Deadpool out of it because where do you think Deadpool got that healing factor from? He got that from Wolverine. He didn't earn that. He wasn't no mutant. So I kind of throw Deadpool out there because he basically stole somebody else's healing factor, Wolverine. So if I'm gonna go, I'm still, and I've seen Wolverine heal from some crazy shit. The only way you could truly kill him is if you take his bone, not his bone, his heart. Nope, he'll regrow that. You gotta completely rip his brain off his spinal, because other than that, the dude can come back. The dude got blown up. That sums it up right there. Got blown up, came back. And I'm not talking about in the movie. I'm talking about in the comics. Nitro the human mom blew up, and he survived. Next up, Mike Night Hero. How do you think Falcon and Winter Soldier show go down? I think U.S. Agent will be the grandson of Captain Steve Rogers. No, he ain't. John Walker is U.S. Agent John Walker will not be related to. If they do that, they're pushing it. John Walker.
26.
John Walker has
27.
John Walker has no connection to Steve Rogers outside of them being soldiers.
No.
So no. But I'm looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier, but U.S. Agent John Walker is not going to be related to Steve Rogers. I doubt that.
No.
I doubt it.
Unless you combine
Skyhelm. Who would you?
Not only that, how many legends in baseball have come from the game?
Who would you like to see rep Peter from Mysterio's murder? Oh, She-Hulk or Daredevil? Daredevil. Said that before. Who should Lon asks, how should they introduce the Shi'ar Empire to the Marvel Universe? Through the X-Men.
Gotta catch it. Jorge Posada, man.
Revy versus the Boss. I'm going with the Boss. Too much experience. Revy's good, but she's outclassed by the Boss. Lakers won. Okay.
Yeah, Deki Matsui, Godzilla.
Kuma, what would Samus Aran think of Spike Spiegler and vice versa?
That's on the trying little brother.
I think she would kind of laugh a little bit, like, okay, you're a bounty hunter too. Like, I think Spike would be like, what the hell? Like, since when does bounty hunter have like bio suits like that? Like, I think it'd be kind of like weird. They'd be weirded out by it a little bit. But I think he would be like, Jesus Christ, you're tall. Like, even first of all, even outside of the suit, Samus is a tall woman. Okay. Based on looks and physical appearance alone, who do you think has the best curvy, thick,
man,
busty body builds between Wonder Woman, Mystique, Rogue, Bomb Queen, and She-Hulk? That's weird because it depends on who's drawing her. If she's being drawn, that's the thing. You can't really go down that because it's a question of who's the artist. That's the way I'm looking at it. Do not ask that question, Matthew. I wasn't gonna answer it, but like I said, you can't judge the bust and all that other stuff because one, it's the artist. There's different artists that come along and draw these characters, so you're never gonna get a real answer about that. There you go. And Kenshiro and the DC that'd be great. Inuyasha versus Sabretooth would be to the death, and who would win? Inuyasha.
Inuyasha versus who?
Sabretooth.
Oh, Inuyasha.
Hey Chris, I played Mass Effect 2. I'm playing Mass Effect 2 right now, and I wanted to ask you, have you heard of the Mass Effect Remastered Edition? Also, other than Jack or Tally, who else did you have a relationship? Who else did you have a relationship with? I had a relationship with almost every character. Remember, I made multiple Shepherds, so I got to see the relationships with everybody. So yeah, I love if you stay with Liara. That relationship is just great. You stay with Ashley, that's great. You know, talking about all the females, they're great. But still to this day, even though I don't like 3 too much, but that last scene when y'all running and if you got, let's say, Tally, and you just first of all, praise to the actress who voiced her because she just did an amazing job to capture the feeling of what Tally's going through when she's like, "Don't leave me behind, Shepard." It's just like you feel it. And then when she basically says, when Shepard tells her to go, take her, get her out of here, and then he's telling her like, go back to your home. You go back to your home, make a home, keep the promise, and you can just read the expressions in her face, in her voice. You can't really see the face because Quarians wear the mask, but you just hearing her talk about like, I have a home, and you know what she's talking about. You know what she's saying. She's basically saying, I have a home with you. Like the fact that you can have a relationship with Tally was not. It wasn't like oh my God, like you get
gave up when I was going.
That was great. And then more importantly, you see her, then that last part when she says basically come back to me. It's like the waterworks, man. It's good stuff. So yeah, I had relationships with everybody in the Mass Effect games.
Oh.
Brian Fury versus Red Hood. Who would win?
I gotta go with
Brian Fury. Depending, we're talking about Jason Todd. We're talking about hand to hand. Oh no, well Brian Fury. Yeah, I'll still give it to Jason Brian. Mike Knight. What's your favorite RPG game? Did you like the Final Fantasy 16 trailer? Yes. RPG game, that would be my favorite RPG franchise. Final Fantasy, definitely. I love other RPG games, but Final Fantasy that's the game. Next up, Hawkeye versus Deadshot. Who would win?
Buffalo.
That's a good one. I don't know where to go with that one.
Wait a minute. What is this?
Yusuke Yu Yu Hakusho had one of the best openings. It's one. It's not the best.
What the hell? Ouch.
Okay. Now, where we go? Bigfoot versus El Chupacabra versus the Jersey Devil. Triple threat of the cryptics. Kind of got to go with the homie Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Why? Because I kind of feel that more exists than the others. Who did I miss? Matthew, between Eve, Remy Ma, Lady of Rage. Man, I miss her. Lauren Hill, MC Light. Happy birthday, belated birthday, MC Light. She turned 50. What female rapper or MC would you say has the most range?
Wait. Female MC with the most range out of that group?
Out of this group or more? Because are you talking about this group? I'm gonna go
most range.
You might definitely go MC Light. Reason why I'll say that is because she was doing all this during a time when it was really rap game was really a man's world. She comes along and just rips it. Lady Rage definitely did her thing too. She's the one that I get rough and tough with my Afro puff. Lauren definitely is good, but Lauren can also sing too. So she's got like a double threat. Eve.
Who's a double threat?
Lauren Hill.
Oh.
Eve was good. Eve was good because one, she wasn't a freestyler. She had to really write her lines down.
He got that Geno Smith.
Remy Ma's good, but I'm definitely gonna go with out of this group right here, MC Light. Do you think Samoa Joe is done in the ring? No, I do not. And I hope he's not. AJ, I hope not.
Samoa Joe.
Kuma asks the question: do you think Guile and Cammy White would join G.I. Joe? Yeah, but with Guile being a colonel, definitely he gonna use that to his advantage. Like, hey, like I'm a colonel. Yeah, where's my, but the fact is he would not outrank General Hawk. So he does not, but he would have.
No, they just stood there.
And Cammy, depending, because she's already with the agency or so. Matthew, Chuck Norris versus Mr. T. In a smack talking match, who'd win? Ooh, Chuck Norris don't talk too much smack. He just gets the job done. There you go. Chris, I was cleaning and I found my copy of Wu-Tang Clan's Wu-Tang Style. I played it and I recognized, rec- we reconnected with ODB and Method Man in the game. Who was your go-to in the game? I remember that game, that Wu-Tang game. I never, I played it once, and that was I only played it once. I didn't really have it. I didn't have it. I played it once, and it was all right. You know, it was kind of it's like a beat 'em up game. It's kind of like one of the games I had. Like it's kind of um like people like, did you ever play Shaq Fu? And I'm like, yeah, I played Shaq Fu. My cousin had it. But or the Jet Li game for PS2. What was that?
Hey, Rise of Honor.
Rise Honor. Yeah, Rise of Honor. So the Jet Li game. Punisher versus Deathstroke, who'd win? And it will be to the death. Deathstroke would definitely beat Frank. As good as Frank is, he's not in that class of Deathstroke. Deathstroke thinks really quick. Like I'm not saying that Frank couldn't probably match with him, but the way Deathstroke thinks, it's crazy. Yeah, but Frank ain't on that level. Batman either. Mike again. Love to see multiverse DMC. I would love to see Dante meet the reboot Dante. Yeah, so he can kill him. That's what I would love to see. Fuck that. I hate that reboot. I really do. I hate it. What would Dr. Doom think? What would Dr. Doom be like in the DC universe? And what would Lex Luthor be like in the Marvel universe? All right. Well, Dr. Doom would still be Dr. Doom. There you go. He would.
Yeah, I think this is so much more magic.
And that's what I'm saying. Besides the fact that the DC universe is almost comprised of magic, he would be loving that because he's an alchemist and all that stuff. So yeah, he would be way powerful. If you read Avengers, JLA Avengers, when the Avengers crossed over into the DC universe, Wanda was throwing up, like literally, oh my God, like she was so overwhelmed with how much magic was in that universe. Like it was like almost like too much for her. She almost went into a coma. She was throwing up. So Dr. Doom will be fine. Lex Luthor, on the other hand, you could definitely see like some kind of power struggle with him and Tony or any of the big millionaires in DC. I think he would try to buy out Roxxon. Hydra would probably want to kill him because they would feel like he's a threat. But definitely the moment he's in there, like Shield and all of them, even though there is no more Shield, but Shield would, let's say Shield was there, Nick Fury would be all over this guy in a heartbeat, like, keep an eye on this dude. Like, and if he sends somebody after him. What movie do you think gets more hate than it should? I personally don't think The Punisher with Thomas Jane was that bad. I loved the Thomas Jane Punisher. I thought it was great, especially the director's cut. The director's cut made it even better. Oh. The director's cut made it even better. I that's my opinion. What movie? What movie do I think gets more hate than it should? Jurassic Park 3. I'm like, look, man, I don't hate Jurassic Park 3. I actually like that movie, but it gets hate. Like, that gets utter hate.
But it's a sad thing. I think even if I don't like it, they would have that at the bottom of the list.
Between Ghostface from the Scream films against the Fishman from I Know What You Did. Jesus.
What's his name?
Including the third one. Oh, don't put the third one in it. Who would you think would win in a random encounter? Oh, Jesus.
Wait a minute. Okay, but this is something you got to put in consideration. With Ghostface, there's a person behind the Ghostface.
Right.
It's not just Ghostface.
Yeah, there was always a person behind it.
Yeah, there's a different.
There was different people, so you got to kind of choose which Ghostface we're talking about.
Billy.
Yeah, Billy, Stu, or
Mrs. Loomis.
Mrs. Loomis. Yeah, all of them. So yeah. As for the hook man, like the fisherman, I gotta go with Ghostface because usually Ghostface always comes somewhat prepared for like if he's gonna get stabbed or something like that. Next he'll pull like look and see this. But the fact is, you put the third one in the where he was a goddamn zombie or some bullshit. It's stupid.
No, you know what's messed up? His face. They look like all they did was just take the makeup they used for Frankenstein and Van Helsing.
Yeah. Okay, Kuma. Do you think the Avengers could defeat Brainiac? Yes. If they could beat Ultron, Kang the Conqueror, yeah. What Green Lantern ring would you give? What lantern ring would you give to which Marvel character? Lana, you mean what character would I see? You got to really, because there's a lot of characters. Look, if I'm gonna go green, Cap would get a green or blue. He can rock both. Wolverine would definitely be red. Spider-Man could be blue. I've seen a Blue Lantern Spider-Man.
Hulk would be red.
Hulk would be red. Yellow. Sinister. Orange, which is greed. Just a lot of characters. That Star Sapphires, take your pick with that one. All the females probably get one of those. And Compassion.
Oh, you was able to finish it.
There's a bunch of people that get that too. So, and it's funny because the Indigo tribe, there actually has been the knowledge that they're all prisoners. They're all like killers and stuff. So yeah, there you go. What Saw movie did you feel was the best storytelling dramatic? I only seen one because I was done. I do not sat down and watched any of the other Saws because I was like, yeah, once Saw, I thought Saw was a one and done movie. I did not think they were going to do sequel after sequel, become like an annual Halloween thing. I only seen one, and I thought it was pretty good. But after that, I was like, done. I do want to see the remake with Chris Rock because I did not know Chris Rock was such a huge I did not think he was such a fan of the Saw movies. Yeah, I'm trying to get out. Yeah, Saw movies. So I definitely want to see that. What do you think Eminem's new music? What do you think of Eminem's new music compared to his middle-aged music and old age music? What the hell? You making it sound like Emma's like a ancient now, dude. Like, why don't you just say like when he first came out? When he first came out until up until now, where he kind of matured a little bit. You got to look at it from that point of view. He's matured. His middle age, like man, like M's not even 50. He's not even 40 yet. Out is he?
No, I think Eminem was. Yeah, Eminem's 40.
Yeah, he ain't 50, but he's not like his middle age. Like, look, I like M, and yeah, when he first came out, yeah, it was about he was doing a lot of comedy and things like that.
And murder horror.
And then of course, when people would come at him, yeah, he had to like, all right, you motherfucker. Like when Ja Rule, first of all, I was with M all the way. Like fuck Ja Rule with bringing his kid into it. That's the other thing I love about M. M has kept his daughter out of the limelight. The only time we actually saw a little sign of Haley was in his song where he's talking about Haley and his niece that he basically looks at as well as his daughter. Outside of that, kept Haley out of it. Like, great. Like, but when Ja Rule going to talk about doing a freestyle, talking about Kim's a crackhead and, wait, Haley going to turn out to be just like that. I'm like, yo, fuck you, Rule. Like,
it just came out of nowhere.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, leave family out of it.
No, we know it's messed up.
Now look at you. What you doing now?
Not even messed up. It's like you already have 50 on your ass.
You already have 50 on you. Now you got that. Then it's like Ja Rule. Like what you doing now?
You have 50 already on your ass, and then you want to bring M involved.
Yeah. Then it's like what? Look at M, and what's Ja Rule doing now?
What's Ja Rule doing that? You do that info.
Doing basically looks like independent crappy commercials for like advertising for like some kind of, I think it was like a Italian restaurant or an Italian restaurant. You couldn't even pronounce any of it. Like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, shut up. Like, you doofus.
He couldn't even pronounce it.
So outside of that, look, man, I like M just matured. Like any artist, they're gonna mature over time. Like that's the way you look at it. Do you?
Yeah, just like Justin Bieber.
Man, fuck Justin Bieber. Yeah, right. Do you see the trailer for the Batman Death of the Family? I have. It's all right. Scarecrow as Spider-Man villain. What effect would Fear Toxin have on Peter? A lot of things with Uncle Ben, and him depending on because you gotta also remember, guys, there is a Scarecrow in the Marvel universe. There is a Scarecrow. There is a Scarecrow in the Marvel universe. He's not just in the DC universe. Though the Scarecrow.
There's a Scarecrow on Marvel.
Yeah, the difference is the Scarecrow in Marvel is nothing like the Scarecrow in DC. He uses the pitchfork a lot, and he also has a lot of crows around him. Like they will do his bidding. Like these crows will attack people and stuff. It's crazy.
I think this person's doing a stupid ass farm.
But yeah, it'd be more like Uncle Ben stuff, like his parents, like you let us die and probably stuff like that. There'd be all kinds of stuff. Matthew, what do you think of Nicki Minaj lately with her album and mixtapes, and same with Cardi B? Honestly, I don't even listen to them like that. I really don't.
Where'd that question come from?
It's from Matthew. I really don't listen too much to Cardi or Mickey like that. I don't.
Really?
I have respect for them because but the one thing I will not tolerate from them is them talking about like they did this on their own, like nobody helped them or nobody kind of paved the way for them. Because I'll call bullshit on that. I'll call bullshit. Yeah, wait, what? Like you if it wasn't for people like women like Queen Latifah and Little Kim and Foxy Brown and Charlie Baltimore and all of them setting like that foundation, yeah, Nicki and Cardi wouldn't be where they are. Like, come on, you got it. Don't say that you stuff like that. But I don't listen to their music like that. I really don't. I don't. Next, one thing, G.I. Joe comic. When some die, they stay dead. Yes, they do die. Do you think Missy Elliott had more of an impact than Foxy Brown and Little Kim in terms of influences? She's up there. I would say she's right up there with them. It's like a real balance between
Yeah,
them.
but you gotta put in consideration. Probably like 2000 on. Foxy like fell off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like Kim and Missy was still there.
Yeah, but I'm
and Missy still kind of carried her into the early 2000s.
And that also becomes coming for her ailment, like she was losing her hearing and stuff like that. But you could still you see the influence with Foxy and especially Kim with Nicki and Cardi. You definitely see it from them. But yet, Missy definitely still has an influence now, even when she was going through her health scare, which I'm glad to see that she's gotten over it. Like we're still waiting for that full album from her. She drops singles and stuff like that, and I love it. But it's like you want the full Missy Elliott, which is great. What is that noise? That I told you guys that's Malcolm playing Dead by Daylight. Hey man, I gotta go. Thank you. Did you play Def Jam Fight for New York?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I have it. I still have it. I have it from Xbox, the original Xbox. So yeah, I played that. I will never give that game up. I really wish. You know what you talk about? You seen all these games getting remastered or something. I'd have loved to seen that get remastered. That'd have been great. I want a new one. And I don't mean like what they did with what was it? What's it called? Vibe or Beats? What's it called? The last Def Jam Icon. Yeah, nothing like that. Go back to like they did in Fight for New York, because that was probably the best storytelling. Everything about it was great. It's still playable.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Start skipping questions now.
Wow, I forgot that.
Got what?
Forgot
what?
I forgot that the 2016 2017 Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like 2 years. That team went 11-5. 11-5.
Let's see. Matthew, between Swiss Beats, DMX, Eve, Dragon, Jada Kiss, Styles P, Chic Luch, Infrared and Cross Cartoon, Flashy, and MC Jin. Who do you consider the most skillful Rough Rider member? Jada. If I'm gonna go from that one.
Wait, what was the question?
Like between Styles, Swiss Beats, DMX, Eve, all of Rough Rider, basically. All the members of Rough Rider, who is the most skillful?
Most skillful? Jada.
Like I said, Jada.
I love Jada Kiss.
Who is the one who probably, what the hell? In terms of like
most skilled out of the Rough Riders.
In terms of like, I only heard Infrared and Cross on a couple of people's albums, and they were supposed to get an album, but in terms of speed, Drag On
that was his specialty.
That's his specialty. The speed, like speed rapping. Yeah, he can kill it. Eve gets because she was the first lady. Like she was the first lady, bro. Swiss, I never looked at Swiss Beats as a rapper. He was the producer to me. Like
no, the day Jake is because he wanted to. And he has to try so hard.
So yeah,
he would have to try.
Definitely going, and of course, and don't get me wrong, I love DMX, but if I'm comparing him and Jada, definitely. Batman versus Anna Kraloff, who would win? Batman, but Anna would give him a fight. Who
No,
is
he's
your
like, I actually wanted to test myself.
who is your favorite top who is your favorite top NWA member? And same question for Public Enemy. Well, I mean,
Well, what about Public
with
Enemy?
Public Enemy, who did you hear mostly?
Chuck D.
It's Chuck D. Like there was Flavor Flav, but he was the hype man.
Flav was the hype
He's
man.
the hype man. Like with
Popular hype man.
popular hype man. NWA, if I'm gonna go with anybody, that's kind of tough because Dre was great. I still love Dre. Cube was great.
Yeah, but MWA was a whole group.
Yeah, the whole group.
Everybody really.
Yeah, everybody had a yeah. You can't. That's hard to. That's hard. That one's hard. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Between Tupac, Biggie, Big L. Excuse me, Big L, Big Pun. Who would you say was the greatest loss to hip hop and rap? Oh geez. That is actually a really good question. Who is the
Wait, what was
the greatest loss?
The greatest loss.
Yeah. I kind of have to go with a tie between Big and Pop, and the reason why.
Is this Biggie or Big L?
No, he put Big L in there too.
Okay.
Reason why is because of how young they were. They weren't even in the prime of their career yet.
No.
And they both died tragically, and basically in that, like, Big L, when I heard Big L got shot and died, I was like, oh, Big L died. But I didn't listen to too much of Big L.
That was more dad.
But my dad listened to more of him. And Pun was another one. It's hard because with Pun, I don't want to sound harsh, but Pun, I felt his weight. You could look at it, and I'm like,
since Pun was doing it could have been avoided.
It could have been avoided.
That was a health issue.
His death could have been avoided. No offense and no offense. It's not being harsh, but Pun's death. Yeah, Pun's death was a health issue, and
here's another thing to the point. That's what led to Fat Joe.
Right. Because of his death. What happened? You saw Fat Joe talk about it all the time, like losing weight. Now look at Joe now. He slimmed down, like there were times I remember watching interviews, and just if you hear Pun spit, like it you felt sorry because you hearing like he had a.
But the thing is, that became like signature to his verse.
But it was also and then you hear like interviews with him after he like did a performance. Like he was catching his, Bone Crusher. Yeah, it was another one. So he had to lose weight. Pun's death could have been avoided. It was a health issue, and I'm not trying to be harsh. It's not harsh, but it's reality. There's reality on that. Who else?
Like Yokozuna.
Yeah, like Yokozuna. It is what it is. But if anything, it's a tie between Pac and Big. They were not even in the prime of their life or even the prime of their careers, and we lost them. And till this day, their deaths are still not solved. Why? Which Marvel villain would Amanda Waller put?
I'm telling you, I think the right person is in jail.
Which Marvel villain would?
I would not put.
Wait, what? Juan was which Marvel villains would Amanda Waller put on the Suicide Squad? That's the tough one because you gotta catch him first.
Tupac. Yeah, he wouldn't want anything to do with Biggie.
All right. I meant to say
it's like my dad
Roman
said. Our guy Suge Knight size doesn't take up most of the shots.
Who would win in a fight between
what do you mean? Suge Knight is a big
contest between Captain America and Deathstroke? That'll be a better fight because they're both super soldiers. So you're really gonna have to put in its experienced soldier versus experience.
He was the real life incarnation of King. He's that big.
Caroline, what DC villain would be a good X-Men villain? Brainiac. I actually think Brainiac would be a really good X-Men villain. Who has the better pros?
He already had his issue. He already it was one time when he threatened to kill. He opened
Who has?
freaking
Wait, wait, what?
one window.
Oh, who has the better prosthetic arm, Bucky or Misty Knight? I would go with Misty Knight because her arm was made by Tony Stark, so that I'm definitely going there.
People to drink his urine.
What was the better? Okay, AJ Daniels. What was the better SmackDown? Here Comes the Pain or Shut Your Mouth?
Wait, what's the question?
What was the better SmackDown game?
SmackDown? Out of what?
Shut Your Mouth or what was the other one? Here Comes the Pain.
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 Here Comes the Pain. Shut Your Mouth was good, but Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah. Hey Chris. Hey Perry. Had fun with the 30-day superhero challenge. Thank you. Does Malcolm collect Pokemon cards?
I don't collect Pokemon cards. I used to collect Pokemon games.
There you go. Tarnell. Oh my God, I haven't seen this dude in a while. Space Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Who would win? King Ghidorah. What do you view? What do you view of the? What do I view? What do you view of the Nas versus Jay-Z beef? Looking
oh my
back,
God, it's about to be 20
it's about
years.
To be 20 years. Yeah, that beef. I still say Nas won. Yes, I do. I say Nas won, and what with one song, Ether.
Did he win the Did he win the battle
He
or
won
the war?
I say he won the battle.
Yeah, because I would say the overall scheme, Jay-Z won. The war.
No, I don't.
Because when it came to them coming together, it was felt more like Nas being with Jay-Z than Jay-Z being with Nas.
More like Diddy kind of helped them, like, yo, y'all got to squash it. Like,
Diddy, he always got to be.
Yeah, he always trying to be a moderator, but I still say Nas, Ether really kind of, it started, it did start with Jay ripping on Nas in the Blueprint, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, what? And soon as Nas came out with Stillmatic, and that Ether came on, it was like,
from the opening.
Man, fuck Jay. I'm like, whoa. You've been on, like, to me, I've have no,
oh my God,
I've got no qualms even saying, like, in terms of who's a better rapper, I will always go with Nas. I've always felt Nas was a better rapper. Nas has been in the game for so long, he has earned his respect. From starting when he was 19, almost crowned the best lyricist. And now look at him. Like, he just came out. I got to listen to his new album. I didn't listen to it yet.
Oh, no.
But yeah.
So you always fuck with Nas or Jay-Z?
I always felt Nas was the better rapper.
Oh.
Hush as a Daredevil villain. Okay. What X-Men villain would be a good DC villain? Take your pick.
Stupid ass clown.
MK11 has just added another 80s icon. Yeah, Rambo.
No!
John Rambo is coming into Mortal Kombat. Go to my gaming channel.
Oh, what the fuck? I was trying to go over the window.
Mount Vernon Kid Gaming X, and you'll see me, and you'll see my reaction to that. That was great.
Javon's going with Jay-Z.
That's fine. What villains in the What villains in the DC universe would join Hydra? Super Nazi.
Right when we have that day basketball question.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Any of the Nazis, like Super Nazi and all of them. There you go. There's a couple of you. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, about to wrap this up. Okay, so in a freestyle battle between Cool G Rap and KRS-One, Cool G Rap and KRS-One,
KRS-One.
who would?
I know KRS-One, so I'll just go with KRS-One.
Cool G Rap. Oh man, Cool G Rap was great. I kind of want to say slight edge of KRS-One though. I might go with that.
Yeah, Cool G Rap. Cool G?
Cool G Rap.
G Rap.
Who was? How about a legendary battle between Nas and Rakim? Rakim all the way. Sorry, sure. That's my.
And the thing, Nas wouldn't take offense to that.
No, Nas would not take offense. Rakim has already said how much respect he has for Nas. He looks at Nas like a little brother. I watched an interview with him, so I'm a big Rakim fan. Like, go Rakim.
Sorry.
I also say read his book. Like he talks about everything in that. Like how he had a scholarship to be a baseball player and all that stuff. And I'm like,
oh wow.
I'm like, whoa. And then how he got together with Eric B and the fallout between them. And then he talks about like, how they kind of built a new bridge on there. Because by the late 90s or early 90s, like him and Rakim had like a big falling out. Like
Eric B?
Yeah, him and Eric B, yeah. Let's see. Speaking of Rambo, did you like the last movie? I still have not seen the last movie, and it's there for me to watch, and I haven't watched it yet. What did you think of the Ice Cube Common feud?
Ice Cube,
they had a feud. I don't even remember that. That just shows you I don't know because I didn't even know they had a feud.
Wait a minute, no.
What are you talking about?
No, there's no way I know. No, I know Common did in the 90s. He cut some songs that was like a diss towards gangster rap, but
yeah.
I don't think it led to like a single feud.
I don't even remember that. Like that just shows you right there. Have you ever watched Ultraman?
Ice Cube had a feud with NWA when he left.
Yeah. Could we ever get Judge Dredd in the Mortal Kombat universe? Maybe. What I really don't want is an X-Men versus Avengers movie, because for one thing, didn't we already have the whole hero versus hero thing in Civil War? The only reason why I don't want it is because odds are they may try to make the X-Men out to be the villains, but I'll say this.
Man, that comic book people did some pain.
I'll say this. Captain America Civil War, they did the Civil War better in the MCU than they did in the comics.
Correct.
I'll definitely admit that. What do you think of John Cena as a wrestler and a rapper? Love John Cena. Respect. I have a lot of respect for John Cena. A rapper, dude can spit. He can spit.
I've heard worse.
And
that's not saying he's bad.
And he's not bad, but he's not bad. I'll just put it like that.
Because I just don't like Basic Thugging Out because it's a wrestling thing. I actually like it as a song.
Yeah. But I do have a lot of love for John Cena, and how what he meant to the business. And I'm happy. He's kind of what. And I'm happy. That he kind of walked. I don't want to say walked away, but he's done all he needed to do in the business now. Like, and he's moving into acting more, and
I think that his absence has really made a lot of people in retrospect realize, oh man, this guy really was important.
Yeah, I think
I think
for all those people,
gone, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, for all those people,
this guy. This guy really was important.
For all those people who like, oh, fuck Cena, and the five moves of doom and blah 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 blah. There are more people probably now appreciating him, like, yo, what he did. He buried people, he buried new talent and all that other stuff. It's like, yeah, I will admit that one.
I'm gonna get DDT on concrete.
This is for Malcolm.
Oh, it's for me.
Who do you think is the scariest killer on Dead by Daylight?
Spirit.
Yeah, I was about to go Spirit too. I was just about to say Spirit. Yeah, Spirit. Yeah.
I feel totally uncomfortable.
Yeah, Spirit. Yeah, I would definitely go like. I'm not scared of Pinhead. I'm not scared of anyone. The Spirit, I agree with Spirit.
And see, I'm gonna leave out the established killers. Cause I'm not gonna lie. That first game against Ghostface, oh my lord, was the most. I think my heart was pumping. That was a game that should have been recorded. That first Ghostface game. I didn't know what Ghostface, how he played. Didn't know that the person who was playing had this dang devil-like mask. All you saw was just red. Freaking scared. But every time it's the Spirit, man, I feel uncomfortable. It's the little movements, the little sounds. It's like, oh my. And it's like, yo, all right. Nurse is a waste of data.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of the nurse. They always buffing the dang doctor. They be buffing the nurse.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got 10 more minutes or so. All right, here we go. I mean, unless of course there's a legit good reason for them to fight, which sure isn't right now. Okay. Somebody brought this up, and I actually saw this article about it, and it makes perfect sense. And I love it because it makes perfect sense to me in general, because they're basically saying that, like, everybody talks about, okay, how are they going to bring mutants into the MCU? And this is something I even said. This article basically wrote, what if mutants have already been in the MCU? It's just that Professor Xavier has wiped the Earth's memory of them. And I'm like, that's plausible. He could do that. He's that powerful to do it. Might work. Perfect. Just saying. Who's your favorite mad scientist? Dr. Frankenstein. And Dr. Jekyll too. He's not mad, but yeah, he's kind of up there. Ashura versus Thanos. Who'd win? Ashura's a god, so just to let you know. So yeah. For me, it's Dr. Cortez from Crash Bandicoot. Okay. Like maybe the Avengers are looking to arrest Rogue from attacking Carol. That is of course they do the whole storyline. Depends. How do you think Ja Rule and 50 Cent beef would have played out if it just remained them two in a one-on-one freestyle battle or battle rap? 50 all the way. Yeah, 50 all the way, man.
Here's the thing. There's songs I like of Ja, but it was never like, oh man, I can't wait for that next Ja Rule.
Like, look, man, like, you gotta be real. Like, Fifth was right about it. Like, all you do is make love songs. Like, most of his big singles come from like love songs or something like that. Like, except I give him credit. Like, first of all, the New York, I love that song. I'm not even gonna lie, New York was great. That's a great song.
I felt good listening to that again.
You know, that beat was fire too, like that do.
But you know when it really kicks, right?
What?
When Jada
comes in. You know,
the original with Jada.
Yeah. But Fit would eat him alive. Like,
Not only that,
it's not.
I look back on Ja Rule. I was like, man, you really trying hard to be the next Tupac.
Yeah, he was. I mean, everybody knows that.
Like, you didn't even try to hide it. Ja Rule.
I
don't even have respect for Tupac, but like, you don't even have no respect. You know, it's really clear so you try to beat him.
So, yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Tupac, man, 50 EM alive.
Yeah. Okay, next up, what we got?
Yeah.
How would you feel about a remake of Dino Crisis? I hope there's something coming for that. A new Dino Crisis again. That'd be great. Well, we had Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the MCU already.
Like a person said, like, oh, but the question was like, how would their beef would have been if nobody else got involved? It was just dumb to I'm like, I said 50 would have won.
Who is the best R&B singer to you between Mary J. Blige, Beyonce, Rihanna, Jennifer Lopez, Aaliyah, and Ashanti?
Best R&B singer.
I gotta go. I gotta go first. I definitely gotta go Mary J. Life imitated art because of the things she went through. That made her so much better. And she wasn't called the queen of R&B for no reason. Next, I definitely go Aaliyah. Leah, definitely rest in peace to her. And she wasn't even really getting started with her. She wasn't even the prime of her career yet.
Okay, but wouldn't one say? But wouldn't one say because her thing ended short, that would kind of put her down.
But that's
Beyonce and Rihanna and them got more.
And that also comes to the fact that, as we all know, when deaf artists get bigger because of their deafs, like almost like if an artist dies, their revenue and sales and everything, especially if new music come out, or like not new music but more music that wasn't released.
Yeah, but unfortunately that didn't happen with Aaliyah. Not like with two.
She only had like one. She had the last album she did, Aaliyah, which her self-titled album. That was her third album. And then, of course, they did another album where she did release. There was one song in there called "I Miss You," which was unreleased. But other than that, everything else was like just a compilation of her greatest hits.
But what is Aaliyah's nickname? Because she does have a nickname.
Yeah, look it up, because I was about to say the princess, but
I think it's the princess.
I don't know, because doesn't that go to Sierra? Like, I like Beyonce, but it was like somebody. There was like this. I like Beyonce.
Don't be very careful of the beehive.
I don't give a fuck what them beehives. They can come at me.
Careful.
I give two shits about that.
Careful.
I'm gonna be honest. I was even in.
See, she's called the princess of R&B,
right,
and the queen of urban pop.
Urban pop. There you go. Beyonce, I like, but I liked Kelly a lot better than Beyonce. I made that perfectly clear. Period. She has
no. Let's put a disclaimer here. This is not being said just to be controversial.
No, just saying. Like, no,
feelings.
I just felt that way. What was the other one? Who else was there? Ashanti. Ashanti's kind of.
Ashanti in there?
Yeah, she's on. Ashanti's.
First
of all, she's in her 40s now, and she's still looking fucking amazing. I don't know what. What is his name? Baby. What the hell is his name? I'm forgetting his name. Nelly. I don't know what Nelly did to fuck that up, but
how you know he fucked it up?
I'm just saying. I don't know what you did or You try to
be the dude.
hey, come on.
He's not. That's David Justice when he fucked it up with freaking Howard.
I don't know what happened, but Nelly should have fought for that because goddamn Ashanti looks fucking amazing.
I don't remember Rick Fox and Vanessa Williams.
I
thought they was a good
I forgot
couple.
what that. I don't think it was cheating or something like that. But anyway, Shanti, she was another one. She was also like the queen too, or like a princess or something.
Hey man,
and she had some great hits too.
You put on one of the football games.
Yeah,
they had Only You play. I was like, oh
that
man,
was my song.
That's the song.
That was my song. Especially that beat, that guitar riff. That was great. Look, I like J-Lo, but I compared to the others, J-Lo ain't nothing compared to the others. I'm sorry.
Yo, right there, Only You. That is a song. I don't care. Like, wait, you singing that? Hell yeah, I'll sing that.
Like, I'm sorry. Compared to the others,
if I'm gonna be like, I always thought J-Lo came across the fakest.
It's not that she came across the fakest, but it's just like I look at. It's like almost to the point, like watching the Super Bowl halftime show with her and Shakira. I was more into Shakira stuff because Shakira is an artist. That woman is an artist. To me, J-Lo.
You saying J-Lo's not real?
I'm not saying that she's not real. Yeah, I see. I'm not saying that she's not real, but it's just like compared to what my man just put here, these other artists compared to her, no, she's like at the bottom for me. Now, if he had to put like Janet up in there, oh, Janet would have been way up there. Like that, there was a somebody put on my Facebook page.
Whose concert?
Who there was a concert. Whose concert would you go to? It was Janet Jackson, Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey. And if Mariah was in there, I would have put her over Jill and Beyonce. I said the tie was between Janet and Mary J.
Personal connection.
And because the reason why, yes, is because I have the more personal connection with them and I've been with them longer, and I have more favorite music of them compared to Mariah and Beyonce. You know, and that's just real. With the reason also, will I say with the Mary J is, I have more connection with Mary J.
Yeah, where's Cuda when you need
him? Hugh Jackman and Chris Evans won. You're missing take the E out of it and put an A as Cap and Logan during World War II. I'd have loved to see. I would have loved to see that. I'd have loved to see a cameo of them together. That'd have been great. That'd have been great. I'd have loved that. What do you think of the R. Kelly case that he is in prison for doing, assumingly he is guilty of? Good for him.
Who?
R. Kelly.
What, has he been convicted?
I don't care.
I know R. Kelly. I know Alberto Del Rio about to be convicted.
Yeah, good for him too. Look, man.
You know what he did? He freaking abused that woman for 16 hours. He's
going to fucking jail. Fuck that.
They might throw away the key.
Throw the key at him. Good.
He should not. If he doesn't get the key, I don't want to hear any freaking report. And they all came from him. No, Vince is looking at me. No,
fuck.
No, nobody gonna look at you anymore.
First of all, like I said,
Paige was right getting out of that relationship.
First of all, like I said, I always had some issues with R. Kelly when I heard that he was with Aaliyah when she was.
And you put that on both.
And she was on 15. I was like, what the fuck what the hell? Like,
do you think he was in the video?
What happened?
The P video.
I saw the video.
But did you think it was him?
I sure as hell thought it was him.
From day one.
Day one. Yeah, but I think he's guilty.
What about the Raiders?
Raiders.
Day one, Las Vegas.
Hawkeye versus Deathstroke. Going Deathstroke.
Yeah. Clint.
But Deathstroke he's just a different animal for Clint.
Here's the thing. I don't think, besides with Teen Titans and to some degree as a Teen Titan, that show don't get enough love.
He doesn't get enough. He doesn't get enough appreciation.
Oh yeah, somebody confirmed me that you were right about that. And that last thing with him and Damien, he didn't do nothing but get his ass whipped in that movie.
It's ridiculous.
It's
Stupid.
like, hey, you're a death stroke, man. You ain't gonna like
that. Okay, one.
Oh.
What I meant was what you said about mutants already being in the MCU. By the way, oh yeah, that no. What would you think of the Crow, Lobo, and the Mask if they to get a M.K. game?
I think I'll be fine with the Crow.
The Crow, maybe. Lobo, okay. Mask, I could care less for. Like,
no, because my thing is that only like the Joker again.
The only character right now that I want to see in a Mortal Kombat game is Kenshiro.
Oh!
Give me Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, and I'm gravy. That's it. As soon as I hear you're already dead, thank you, Mr. Boom. Next up. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. All right, I'm gonna answer these last questions.
Oh man, no, some of these questions are getting good.
I'm gonna answer these last questions, and then
ask some freaking basketball comparison questions.
And then I'm gonna end it right here. So, so if you want your last questions, get them now. Put them up now because I'm gonna answer. Because I'm gonna start rapid firing these questions now.
Oh no.
Okay. Any plans to get the Miles Morales game? Of course.
Dude, you can hurry up now.
Okay. What's your favorite Disney song currently? Don't really have a current Disney song. No. Sorry. Peregrine, have you ever played Dino Crisis? Of course I have.
Yes.
What do you think about the more underrated rhythm and blues artists like Brooke Valentine? Brooke Valentine and Olivia. I never fully listened to all of Olivia's albums, but I did like her. She
G-Unit?
Yeah, I did like Olivia. I don't know about Brooke Valentine, but I did like Olivia. She was the first lady of G-Unit, and then she went. That was it. That was it. It's sad, but it was true. I heard this theory that behind the source wall is the Marvel Universe. What do you think of they won't do that today? Jack Kirby one. I don't know. Oh well, see you, Chris. Bye, Caroline. Do you still think Mariah Carey and Janet Jackson have great vocals and high notes? Janet, yeah. Mariah, I don't know because she fakes it a lot. So Janet, yes.
My thing is
like Mariah.
My thing is, as a personality, Mariah's just fake in terms of personality. Like she's very off-putting.
She already admitted like she's high maintenance. She even said that.
But my thing is, you acting like there's nobody, in your field. Yeah. Oh, I don't know this person. How the fuck?
Yeah, like I will agree with that. Mariah talking about she don't know who J Lo is. I'm like, what? Like, come on.
You know what she is? She's the opposite of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan knew who his competitors were.
Yeah,
he knew.
Whatever.
I'm gonna beat them.
What's your thoughts about Nick Cannon's comment about Jews and whites? I'm not getting into all that. I'm not.
That's still a thing.
I care less, man. I'm not getting into that. Nick on his bull right now too. Who would win in a fight between Blue Marvel and Billy?
Oh!
That depends.
Oh no, dude.
Who we're talking about. Don't call him Captain Marvel. Don't call him that other name. Depends.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
It's brains. We got two brainiacs. Well, one brainiac.
Run, dude.
Well, if I'm gonna pick anybody, I'm gonna go maybe a slight edge to Blue Marvel. So with that being said, guys, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna end it here.
Somebody got any basketball?
No, there was no basketball questions.
That's that comparison.
No basketball comparisons either.
Okay, Steph Curry got defense.
I'm gonna end it right here, guys. As always, thank you for coming out. For all those who did ask the questions, I will be back in terms of Q&A like this live. Remember, live Q&As are always at the beginning of the first full week of the month, and then I do a second Q&A. That's more of a I will post a message saying I'm doing this. That's more where I can edit the videos and things like that. So I'll be around. But as always, guys, stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, do what you want to do. As always, I'm still putting up some more videos. If you haven't subscribed to my All Reaction channel, should definitely go over there. I put up videos up on that channel every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Saturday. I've been putting up some videos there. I recently put up my reaction to the new Witches movie that's coming out soon. I'm definitely gonna check that out, and a new movie coming out called the 355, which is like a badass, like almost you take Jason Bourne and Charlie's Angels, put it together, and that's what you got with it. It's great shit. It's good crack, as the Irish would say. It's good crack. It's good shit. All right, and outside of that, guys, you can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at Mount Vernon Kid Omni Geek. I'm on Twitter as just at the Mount Vernon Kid. You'll find me there, and I do have a Facebook page that I do put things up on the Facebook page, and my own Facebook is under my real name, but you don't get that. Only the close people who know me get that. But with that being said, my pack, your alpha bids you adieu. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of your week. Whatever you're doing, just please be safe. Stay positive. As always, that means the world to me that you stay positive in this crazy time that we're dealing with. Because trust me, positivity is going to matter. And with that being said, guys,